Well, this next one's pretty classic and pretty personal for me because I get down to the inlet today for the first time in my life, and walking out of the water is the king of the peak, Scotty Duerr. You can come up here, mate. So, some 40 years ago, the world tour for the first time, thanks to Groovy Grog over here. See, I'm the only one that calls him Groovy. I mean, I'll yell it out from somewhere where he can't see me and he knows it's me. But Groovy Grog was responsible for a big part of the birth of pro surfing, particularly on the East Coast with the Grogs Pro. So we turn up here for the first time in 78, and at that time all the heroes are here. And this kid here is 17. And first off, he beats Critter Byrne, from Australia. A little bit younger than me. But then he comes up against me, and Grog's going, "Oh, you better be careful, PT, or kick your ass." But being the wily old veteran, and remember in those days there's no priority rule, I get the inside and I get a first good one, and I have him on his heels. He went from there, of course. They did a great feature on him in Surfing Magazine, which talks about that day. And but then he got invited to Australia, to my part of the world, Gold Coast, and he's in the Stubbies Pro. And of course, he dabbled in the pro thing. Then he started a family. I know he's so involved with his family and surfing, which to me is one of the most important things as a surfer, is to be involved with your kids surfing. I have 3 kids. And handing down your culture to the next generation, to me, is really, really important. And this guy has done a great job with his kids in regards to that. And, of course, his missus has a big part of that, too. Got to give her some credit, right? He still likes to mix it up every now and again in a surf contest. At 47, he went in the Brave New World Pro and got 7th. Can you believe that? At 47, it's New Jersey's version of Kelly Slater. And I would have to say, arguably, there's no more respected surfer in the waters in Jersey than this guy right here.
Thank you. That was pretty cool. Thank you, PT. Hello, everybody, fellow surfers and friends here tonight. First and foremost, I want to thank the New Jersey Surfing Hall of Fame for this milestone recognition tonight with the New Jersey Surfing Tribe. I'm very honored, and I'm to be inducted this evening. And I want to congratulate all these guys and gals that are here with me in this class tonight. So, congrats. Yeah. It's great to have PT here. It's awesome. So, it's been 40 years. We surfed together man on man in Greg's contest. The Grogs Surf Pro A Go Go was quite an event, man, and got some great surfers there. So it's great to have PT here. It's great to have Cecil Lear here tonight, the co-founder of the ESA. It's awesome to have him here. Cecil gave me my first surfing trophy. And it was back in 1970. I was 10 years old, and it was in Belmar. It was a Mardi Gras, but it was awesome. And he's a great man and a great advocate for our sport. Just super. So great to have you here, Cecil, his family. Okay, huge love and gratitude to my wife Leslie, who luckily didn't bail out on me in Puerto Rico 34 years ago, Les. She put up with me surfing then, and she puts up with me surfing now a little bit. Yep. But we we do good together, and I'm very, very blessed to have her as my wife and mom to my girls. Um, my heart goes out to my girls. I have 3 daughters, Emily, Caroline, and Jessie, and they're here tonight. And they've been my loyal surf companions. I taught them how to surf when they were in diapers, so they started pretty early, and they still enjoy the water, and they enjoy the ocean, and I love them dearly, and I'm glad to have them here this evening. My brother Charlie's here tonight, and he taught me how to surf in 1967 on a longboard, and I couldn't even get the board down to the beach. He took it down, and I got going on it, and I was hooked. And a couple years later, I asked Charlie if he'd take me to Woodstock, and he told me no. And then like a month later, I asked him about can he? No, I can't take you there. But he's been a real mentor to me, and he's a brother. He's a boss too to me, and he's taught me a lot in life, and I love him. And he's here tonight with his family, so it's great to have him. I have another brother, Bobby, and Bobby's been a big surfer, and he surfs quite a bit to this day, and we surf a lot together. And Bobby's been a big advocate with Clean Beaches and the Board Riders Club in Manasquan, and also involved in Manasquan Surfing Classic, which is always, you use longboards, but they have to be pre-67. He had Greg Knoll here one year. Just an incredible event, and I give him and his wife both a lot of credit for running it for so many years. So it's great to have him here, and I love you, Bobby. Thanks a million to my mom. My mom's here tonight. I'm lucky. And she's offered me a lot of direction in life, and love you, Mom. It's good to have you here. My mother-in-law, Maisie, I love her. She's not here tonight, but I love her, and she's a great person to me. Big props to my father, my dad, my beloved dad. He's not here. Big Bob, we used to call him, and he had a house up at the beachfront here called the Holy Mackerel, which I grew up in with my brothers, and we did a lot of surfing up there, a lot of hell raising, a lot of stuff going on there, but a lot of great times and laughter and a lot of sea salt out of that house. So God bless you, Big Bob. Big thanks to all the talented photographers that have shot me over the years, because that's really where I've got my notoriety in surfing. It's mostly, nowadays there's so many great photographers and surfers as well in Jersey. But, when I was a kid, it was, there wasn't too many of us and there wasn't too many of them. So, it worked out really good. But the guys that I want to shout out are Dickie Meserol. Great, yeah, just a great guy and a great photographer. John Kerr, Raymond Hallgreen, Ray Hallgreen, and Bruce Kushner, and Mikey Vacola. Mike Vacola, he's here, and the inductee Michael Baytoff, and so many others. There's so many nowadays, it's just crazy how many good photographers there are. So thanks, you guys. Thanks for everything there. And much appreciation goes out to my surf shops, my sponsors, and my backings over the years. Greg Masenko with Grogs, and Kenny Kloss with Inlet Outlet. I was with both those shops for quite a long time, so thank you to those guys. Much obliged to Burn Surfboards with Michael Barron. He's a world-class shaper. He's been shaping my boards for years. So thank you, Michael, MB. And thank you to my closest friends, Bobby Howell. He's a great friend of mine, an old surfer. I think I put a ding in Bobby's board. It must have been like 45 years ago. He was pissed off. But we're still friends, though, But we surf together to this day. So great to have him here and his wife. Kevin Casey's here tonight, a great friend of mine, and a great surfer, and a great talent. It's awesome to have him here. Fellow inductee Ellie Keck is here. God, she's such a great surfer, and I really started the surfing for women in New Jersey. So shout out to her. My friend Bernie Zarelli, I don't know if he's here or not. He trains me, but he keeps me on a shortboard to this point, So Bernie, I don't know if you're here, but you're the man. Shout out to the local Manasquan crew, my longtime talents that I've surfed with here. There's so many. I could go on, so I don't want to do that. But I'll name a couple: Charlie King, Carl Danish, TR, Devaney, Matt McKeever, Dean Schoonover, and of course, Chris Rooney, who I miss dearly. And I just want to give a shout out to those guys. There's, I've had some special times, like PT was saying. I went to Australia. Chris and Julie Masenko took me there with Bobby Howell. We drove cross country. He left us in Kansas for a while because we were fighting. So he dropped us off in the middle of nowhere, came back and got us about an hour later, and on we went to San Francisco, out to Honolulu, and then to Sydney, and up to Coolangatta. I got to give Chris and Julie a shout out on that one, because probably would have left us in Pennsylvania. But we had a ball, and it was a great time. All my times in Puerto Rico with great surfers like Dennis Rich, who's a dear friend of mine, George Lenz, who's a great friend of mine. He's here tonight. Surfing, giant waves. I surfed with Eric Penny there. Almost drowned there with Eric years ago at Trace. And surfing New Jersey and the countless, strong offshore wind, huge days that stay in my mind. So my passion for surfing has repaid me through some of life's richest joys and most priceless memories, and some unforgettable rides as well. I have to thank surfing for all it has done for me. I feel truly blessed to be a surfer. So thanks to surfing. Please pray for those we lost this last year and their families, because it was a tough year locally here, and I know people lose people, so it was a tough year. So pray for them. I've learned even more that life is a precious gift for us all through it all. And thank you for this honor to my surfing. I want all to stay healthy and well. God bless you all, and thanks for coming.